Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. I'm Brian. I'm the owner of One Stop CPA. It's a fully virtual firm in South Florida. I lead a team of 5 and we focus on tax advisory, accounting services. So let's dive into how technology can transform your firm. For me, it really helps in 2 areas, and that is branding and operations, or how I like to look at it as front office and back office. So, branding or your front office is what your client sees: your website, your marketing, your emails. It's the impression that you leave on your clients when your firm is communicating with them. Are you making typos, etc.? So, operations or the back office is everything that happens behind the scenes. And we're going to talk a little bit in our time here today about how AI, different technology, can help what you're doing in your front office and your back office. So together, your branding, your front office, and your business operations, your back office, this is what creates your client's experience. So for branding, things like generative AI, ChatGPT are a game changer. It can improve your website, say things to make you stand out. It can create effective marketing campaigns, like a year-end push for tax planning, or a quick message, a nudge to your clients, letting them know that there's a deadline before you can get your taxes done on time. March 15th, March 31st, or you don't get your taxes done on time, that kind of thing. Saying it without sounding so harsh, saying it in a way where it gets the clients to take action and keeps your firm looking professional. So AI can write these things for you, as well as writing social media posts that are more engaging. On the back office side, on the operations side, not just AI specifically, but technology in general, automated workflows, automating tasks that we have to do. Of course, it saves time, but all the while making sure that your client has a good experience and they don't feel like you sent them to the cloud to finish the process. So streamlining your process for your team and your clients, very important things that AI can help and technology can help. The main thing we're trying to accomplish here, that I have been able to, transition my firm over the past few years, is freeing up my time so I can focus on building the relationships with the right clients, focusing on more advisory work, whether that also that extra time. It could mean not searching for new clients, but just enhancing what you're doing for your existing client base who just crossed over the 7-figure mark. Maybe I should offer them more services. Usually they're the ones that want to sign up. They don't want to leave, but you have to ask and you have to have that capacity. So technology can help you create that capacity so that you can zoom in to the clients that need your help and offer your services. So as firm owners, I know it, we get busy. There's untapped potential that our existing clients already have. And when you don't notice it until the client leaves. And maybe they go to a different solution because you weren't, if you have a client that leaves you to go somewhere else and pay for more things, it's usually your fault. It's not their fault. They wanted more from you, but you were too busy, because you can find yourself in this constant state of being busy. So technology, it's not about just saving time and creating shortcuts. It's about creating opportunities for growth. And when I say growth can mean many things. Growth can, of course, mean top line revenue growth, but growth could also just mean profit, improving your system so that you keep your revenue where it is, but you do it with less people, do it with less time, or both. It could also mean personal growth, giving yourself the ability to read books that will, or attend coaching sessions that will help you offer better and more lucrative services. So this is how it's been helping us. So 2 tips when using AI. So 2 tips that I recommend for any of my friends, anybody that's watching this that's a firm owner and they want to use AI in their practice. Number 1, personalize it. It works best when you give it your voice. So share what you have. You have any marketing templates, any emails that you sent out, go to your sent box. Those are past interactions that were successful, past interactions that were not successful. You want to feed it that and try to work it. Have it enhance what you said. And how could I said it? How could I have got my point across better? How could I have made this email shorter and more to the point? Reiterate to ChatGPT, for example, hey, can you take a look at this and make it better for me? So AI can use information that you have already to help you sound professional, clear, but still true to your own voice. So for example, I had a whole set of emails that go out to our clients when it's a new client, the whole process, the schedule a discovery call, schedule an onboarding, here's the recommendation of what services we have for you, all of those things. You can have an AI create that client experience for you, and you can use your technology, your CRM, for example, to set those emails to go out once clients reach certain milestones in your process. So of course, this isn't going to be set up in one day. Sometimes it can be set up in one day with things like the TaxDome Marketplace, where you could download pipelines and they're in your firm's templates. Saving time, implementing these things could definitely take time, but it's taking time to save time in the future. Make things better for everyone involved. Make sure me, my team, and my clients are all on the same page and that we're aligned. So that's tip number one. Number two is to use the paid tools. Hey, if you're paying for it, you get to be the customer. That's good. You get to make the settings changes. You make sure everything is private and secure. If it's free, you're the customer. So your data is being used to improve the language for the company. I don't recommend this. If you're going to be using it, especially in an accounting firm, you should pay for it. You don't have to get the super big package with ChatGPT that I think they're charging like $200 a month for, but paid tools like ChatGPT Pro gives you control over the data, access to better features. It's a worthwhile investment if you ask me. We as well use a team version so that we can have shared workspaces to collaborate safely and effectively, me and members of my team. So those are the two tips. Next, I want to go into 7 ways that One Stop CPA leverages technology, specifically AI. At One Stop CPA, we use AI in 7 ways that we're going to outline here. So number one, I mentioned it before, workflows. AI help me fix our processes and keep things working smoothly and effectively from start to finish. So work is not getting stuck in any parts of the job anymore. So it's like having an operations manager to make suggestions for you on how to make things better, streamline processes, but it's an AI. So tax research. So for example, AI can speed up your research for summarizing new guidance that is released, new laws that are being legislated. Of course, always double check, maybe even have a separate tool depending on how heavy into advisory your firm is. But it's just kind of using it as like an assistant here. A lot of us know how to Google and read articles, but this can actually cite its sources and search the internet and kind of accomplish that for you, save you some time. So you're always in charge of what ultimately goes out to the client. So you always want to double check your work, even pair this with a tax planning software, but I love using it for tax research. It helps a lot. Next one is advisory. So AI can help create polished, clear deliverables that the clients will actually love. An executive summary, an advisory report to go along with the meeting. So just having that document, you don't know how much that enhances what the client feels, even though for you, it's like having a cheat sheet for your meeting and somebody else can make it for you. Hey, so forecasting is another way that AI is used in our firm. Building forecasts specific to certain clients, certain industries, being able to pull insights as we get the data. Very helpful, saves a lot of time. Analysis can save you hours of manual work. Another great way that I recently started implementing AI in the firm is, and leveraging it, is with our meetings. So we are all virtual firms. So something really cool that Zoom has released, their AI companion features have been getting better and better. So of course you want to make sure your client's okay with it when you start the meeting and let them know whether you're recording a meeting or if you're using the AI companion. That way they know. We are even able to connect the AI summary that Zoom sends us to using Zapier through ChatGPT to send me an email with the meeting summary, action plan items, filling it out. Because a lot of times that AI summary, it's going off of audio, it's going off of what it heard. I've heard it say tax zone before instead of tax dome. So what I do is when we connect it to ChatGPT and Zapier, it fixes all that for us. So just a way to leverage technology to make your job easier. I mean, at the end of this, clients are going to be impressed. when I have a Zoom meeting with them, I don't have to look down and take too many notes. But I send them a very thorough recap of everything we discussed. Sometimes you have meetings with people, you talk about all this stuff, and then they forget one or two the most important details, that they have to do. And that's why we send those recaps shortly after the meetings. Clients love it. It even gives me the chance to give a action plan to me and members of my team for what's next to take care of this client, what deadlines we need to follow up with them on. And as well, sales and marketing. So for email campaigns, I told you already, that helps us get our point across in a clear, easy to read way. It's not a big, long accountant textbook email. It's an email that the clients will have a defined call to action. It will be written in a way that they can digest what you're telling them and move forward on the next step. So clients really love it. So overall, just to summarize, these are the 7 ways that we're using AI. But anytime I'm looking to implement AI into a process within my firm, I look for 3 things. Number 1, is it helping me work smarter, or is it making it more complicated? Is this making us work more efficient? Usually it is. Is it saving us time? Who is it saving time for? So number 2, does this deliver more value to my client, or does it feel like a devalued service? Are we enhancing what we're giving them, fast meeting recaps, or are we making them feel like we're shortcutting their service and it's kind of not, it's an inferior product? So I'm always looking at that and kind of looking at it from the client's perspective whenever we're thinking about doing something with AI. And then number 3, who does this support? Like I said, we're trying to grow. We're trying to make our clients have more money in their bottom line, more funding opportunities, more things that they're after, whether it means they're trying to wind down their business, pass it on to someone, grow it, get a new location, etc. We want to make sure that we're available to be that advisor and serve that advisory role and help them experience growth. And as well, think about what growth this supports on our firm. Is this going to help me grow my top line revenue? Is this going to get me more time? Is this just going to make me be able to charge more, etc.? So those are the 3 things we're looking for. Is this going to make us more efficient? Is it valuable to the client? And does this support growth? So those are the 3 ways we look at, are we going to use this AI feature in our process? Hey, just a quick break from this conversation. I hope you're enjoying it. Did you know that most people listening to this podcast haven't actually subscribed yet? And if that's you, no pressure. But if you've been getting value from these episodes, take a second right now, hit that subscribe or follow button. Really helps me bring smart, tactical content to accountants like you. Second, if you're an accountant who's great at what you do, but you still feel like you're undercharging, you're overworked, overwhelmed, or stuck with the wrong clients, then I want to personally invite you to my Scaling Smart 3-day challenge. In just 3 days, I'll show you how to price your services confidently, filter out the wrong fit clients, and build a lean tech stack that helps you run your firm like a business, not a job. Check out the link in the show notes. There's also a VIP upgrade that includes live Q&A access with me during the challenge. I'd love to help you make your firm smarter, more profitable, and more sustainable. All right, let's jump back into the conversation. So next up, we're going to talk about the tech stack that powers One Stop CPA. So first off is TaxDome. It's our all-in-one practice management system, client drive portal. We use it for our workflow management, client communication, team communication, payments, engagement letters. There's so many other features. So like I said, this is like an all-in-one CRM that we're practice management that we're using, as well as QuickBooks. So we use QuickBooks and we use it in a way I want to kind of talk about. We usually meet clients and they already have QuickBooks. That's why we normally go to QuickBooks, because we don't have to worry about a conversion or something. Usually we meet clients and they always have QuickBooks online for the most part. And we like to enhance their QuickBooks and show them a better way of looking at those reports. I mean, cool thing about QuickBooks, they could just add you in there as their accountant, and now you have access. You can also do what's called connecting it to a reporting tool. So we use 2 specifically. We use Spotlight Reporting. Spotlight Reporting, it gives you better reports using that data. It's going to support you having an advisory conversation with your client. It's going to give you dashboards, KPIs that you want to monitor, pretty charts, pretty graphs. Clients like looking at things in color. They want to feel like their numbers are being presented to them as if this is a Fortune 500 company, even though it's just a single owner company. So not just those plain Jane balance sheet, profit and loss reports, general ledger, cash flow statements. How can we give that to them, paint a better picture of what happened historically? And that's going to support us giving them forecasted reports and get those extra advisory services. So live flow, dashboards, KPIs, another one that we use. How do we get them a standard report that updates? Anytime we make changes, this report will update every hour. I love telling clients that because it's like, hey, I don't have to keep sending you more and more reports. I don't have to keep updating this after you give me that one thing I asked you about, that vehicle purchase agreement that we need and we're waiting on you, but we could still get you your reports. And once you send us that, the same deliverable will be the deliverable. Maybe we'll send it to you, the link again, but that's why I love using Live Flow for that purpose as well as the dashboards. Pretty cool dashboards you could build client by client, as well as across your client list. So makes things very efficient, very smooth. So when people say, hey, do you do books? It's like, yeah, we do bookkeeping, but we use QuickBooks and we enhance how you get the reports out of there. Clients love it that they could be hands off and these beautiful reports come out of it. And it's why we use QuickBooks. So the next one, Kajabi. Not many accountants that I know use Kajabi, of course. It's an education platform that a lot of other industry coaches use to sell courses and coaching services. So have you ever had a client come to you and tell you that they have a business coach separate from you, but they still ask you more technical questions than they would ask the business coach? That coach should probably be you. So before I've signed up for a coaching before as a customer, with a business coach, another accountant. And it was a really smooth experience. My coach used Kajabi. I could go back and watch recordings of our sessions, access a course that they had created, download templates, go back and watch parts over and over without having to bother my coach and waste their time. So recorded sessions, templates, making the client get more access to you available anytime on their phone is why we use Kajabi. So those are 3 tools that we will set up accounts for, and clients will have their own account for TaxDome, QuickBooks, and Kajabi. And that's how we're able to deliver their taxes, their accounting services, and their advisory support. Now, we also use 3 other tools that clients don't necessarily have to sign. So that's it. Those clients can download 3 apps on their phone and have access to our 3 wonderful services. And those 3 services, they feel like they're getting a good, delivery from using those apps. Big companies that always adding enhancements, and clients feel a great, experience when you are paired with those apps. They say, oh, wow, I have TaxDome, but my accountant's really on top of it. I always get communications and alerts. I use QuickBooks, but my accountant connects my QuickBooks to Live Flow and Spotlight to give me these beautiful reports. I have a course on Kajabi, but I also have one-on-one sessions with my accountant where I can go back and watch our coaching sessions. That allows you to enhance your service. And of course, that's a more expensive product that you're selling now as an accountant. Now, 3 other ones that I use that the client does not necessarily need to use, but we love using them in our firm, is Loom. Loom is the screen. I'm recording this video on Loom. So Loom is a recording voiceover software, screen record. It's great for one-way video communication. So whether you're making a video for a proposal or if you're delivering tax return results, clients are busy. You're busy. Getting everyone's schedule aligned just to get a 5-minute, key bullet points message across can be done if you can create that video and you're okay with that. You can do it without your video, without your face. You could just put a picture, take your picture off of it, just record the screen and your voice. I really love it. So the clients can get a link for it. You get a notification when they watch it. They don't need to have an account to watch your videos. There's some better features if they do have a free account, but they have free accounts. But I love that a client could just click on it, get the results. I know that they watched it. I know that they watched to the end, and we can move forward in whatever we're trying to do. YouTube works in a similar way for marketing. Sharing free content, answering frequently asked questions is how we've used it. And it helps your potential client find answers without having to even contact you. So if they make that first move to have a phone call with you, and they've already watched a YouTube video, hey, that call goes a lot smoother. They feel like they already know you, and you've already kind of sold yourself a little bit. So another great one that I use is the .cpa domain from cpa.com. When I went to go sign up for my website, One Stop CPA, onestop.com. Of course, that's a $1 million GoDaddy website, onestop.com, because it could be anything, but onestop.cpa was available. So definitely it helps shorten your branding names, makes it a lot easier to sell. Instead of having some long website, such and such CPA.com, telling somebody your email is really quick. It's very short. Clients can remember that. It comes across a little bit smoother, and it enhances your brand. Saying it without saying it. Are you a CPA? Well, the email came from Brian at onestop.cpa. So I don't have to usually answer that question for clients and go into my resume. Nobody wins when we go back and talk about all of that. So, this is a great way to say it without saying it. It's a top level domain. There are also security enhanced features about it, but I really love using it, as well as all the support that you get when you do sign up for a .cpa domain. So during our onboarding call with clients, I like to walk them through this stack. I like to tell them like, hey, download these 3 apps, and these are some other tools that we use, but go ahead and set up your account while you got me on the phone. I could reset your password right here if you're having trouble logging in. Download these apps, and sometimes I'll even send them a text message with our links for our website. Hey, here's a website you could go to and download TaxDome Client Portal, instead of making them go search. Just to shortcut it for your clients, make it a little bit easier. So I like to do this during our onboarding, get our clients involved in the software that we're using. As a whole, we've talked about AI, we've talked about my tech stack. I just want to talk about some of the reasoning behind why we're doing some of this stuff. Number one, focusing on efficiency. When you document and standardize your workflows so that every client, for the most part, gets the same high-level quality service, and you can deliver it in a streamlined way, you can scale it. You can scale your delivery, you can scale yourself, you can give a lot more to a lot of people. Instead of just focusing on one client, you can give this high level of service to a lot of people. Documenting your process is going to also help you scale your firm. When you add team members, you're already going to have a system and know exactly how much time you need to budget for this. Retaining clients. Clients are going to want to stay with you when they feel the same process and they feel them getting better. They don't feel them getting worse and worse over time. So another thing is building a strong digital brand as well, using platforms like Loom, like YouTube to connect with your clients without having to take time out of your day every day, giving them something for free on the front end, get maybe a opt-in page to get their email, and then you could send them a free resource, and now you can market to them. Set them up on a funnel, automated email funnel. Number 3, another one I want to talk about is our technology first approach. So as you can see, I'm very involved in what we use, the tools that we use at our firm. It's why I believe a lot of clients like working with us, and then they stay because of the experience they get with me. So using that technology first approach has helped me automate wherever possible, save time, improve collaboration between myself, my team, and the client, and enhances the experience. It's a win-win-win. We're looking for the 3 T's. We're looking for tech, team, and transformation services that we're giving to clients. So technology is the one of those T's, and it's the one that we go with first. We try to always make sure we're using the latest and most efficient technology to create those lifelong client relationships. I've had to raise the price on clients over time, increase the amount of services we're giving. And when you deliver a world-class experience, your clients understand that why you cost more than maybe some other service or some guy that they've heard of or some girl that they've heard of, some other firm, some other pop-up productized service that's out there. So when those companies come in, they say, hey, we can deliver this to you this way, very smooth and efficient using technology. Well, the client's going to say, well, I already get that from the person I'm working with. So, and the last one I just want to leave you guys with is just the approach that we take. Do a founder first approach, means that you're creating it and then you're just pushing it out, the product. When you do a client first approach, like when I was creating our TaxStone pipelines, I asked myself, what would this make our client feel when we do it this way? Are they going to feel like we're pushing them off to technology, or are they going to say, oh, this was cool, I liked it? So, try to build your firm with a client first approach, and usually the clients will send you leads, stay with you for a long time, and you get to grow with them as well.